What's up guys, Constech here, back again for another video. And today we'll be taking a look at the Machenike M830 wireless gaming mouse. Let's get started. I have to commend Machenike for the sleek and premium packaging. This just goes to show how serious these guys are. So the box comes with a manual, a QA pass tag, USB-C charging cable, replacement top shell cover, and the mouse itself. Removing the top cover reveals the wireless USB dongle with the Machenike branding on it. The mouse weighs 90 grams regardless of what top cover you choose. The top covers are magnetic and really easy to swap. Despite the weight, I like that it's evenly distributed and the mouse is pretty balanced. It measures at 125mm long, 57mm at the middle, 78 at its widest point, and 40mm at its highest point. Alright, for starters, kudos to Machenike for coming up with an original design. They say the mouse has been designed after the devilfish, which is from the stingray family, and it does look like it. Build quality is fairly okay. However, I noticed some slight creaking if I squeeze it from the sides. That doesn't trigger any of the side buttons though, but it can be bothersome to others who squeeze their mouse tightly. Texture is smooth with a light touch of stickiness all throughout. I like the black plus gunmetal finish colorway and it just makes the mouse look premium. The USB-C charging cable that comes with the mouse is very flexible and latches securely to the mouse with these two prongs. Playing while charging this mouse shouldn't be an issue at all. Flipping to the bottom, we can see the DPI button and the on and off switch. The switch also has an option for eco mode, which turns off the RGB illumination of the mouse to improve battery life. We can also see here that it uses standard Teflon skates that are quite thin to my liking. They glide fairly okay, but it's not as smooth as the PTFE skates of some of the mice we reviewed on this channel. Unless Machenike releases PTFE skates for this mouse, we'll have to go DIY if we will replace the stock skates. Despite its unusual design, the Machenike M830 comes packed with beefy specs. It has a 1000 mAh battery, which is considerably large and allows the mouse to last up to 15 days on eco mode at 1000Hz polling rate. It uses the crowd favorite kill switches for the main buttons, and at its heart is a PixArt PMW 3335 sensor, one of PixArt's top performing wireless sensor in the market. The sensor specs out at 16,000 max DPI, 125 to 1000Hz polling rate, 400 IPS tracking speed, 40G acceleration, and a liftoff distance of 1mm. It's a great and flawless sensor, and for the usual tests, it tracks pixel by pixel with zero jitters, has zero angle snapping, and very minimal liftoff sensor rattle, zero acceleration issues, and guaranteed to not spin out or lose track no matter how fast you swipe. Now moving on to the buttons. Like I said earlier, the main buttons use kill switches rated at 30 million clicks. I suspect these are Kale GM 4.0. They feel snappy and not too stiff unlike Wano switches. Despite the clickers being a bit smaller than usual, they are one of the best ones I've tried. Probably second to the ROG Keras, which we've already reviewed in this channel. It has no pre and post travel and no side flexing at all. The side buttons have fairly light clicks with minimal pre and post travel. They're flush into the body, which I think is nice to prevent accidental presses since they sit pretty close to where the thumb would be. The 24-step scroll wheel is fairly light with just the right amount of tactility. Decent tension when I press it. It illuminates and acts as a DPI indicator for the mouse as well. Now let's move on to the shape. So the Machenike M830 is a medium-sized ambidextrous mouse with a bias towards medium to large hands. What makes this mouse unfit for smaller hands are the side flares. If you have hands that are shorter than 15 centimeters, chances are you'll be gripping the widest part of the mouse, which is the back, and I think it will be uncomfortable since the mouse is fairly wide to begin with. Now, as long as your hands is 15 centimeters above in length, you'll love the mouse if you use palm or fingertip grip. The side flares do help a lot in supporting the thumb and pinky, offering a very comfortable experience. Claw grip is still viable, but you'll have to be a bit more creative since the hump is at the middle and it doesn't have comfort grooves on both sides that most claw grip users would prefer. On top of that, since the clickers are relatively short, clawing the mouse with hands shorter than 17 centimeters will require you to be mindful of where you position your fingers. I still think the Fantech Helios is more suited for claw grip users because of its deep comfort groove and its hump back. So I've been using this mouse for more than a week now, and I can say I've already adjusted to it. It performs really well for a budget wireless gaming mouse, and I like that the battery can last for more than a week on a single charge, as long as I set it on eco mode. Setting it on full RGB will reduce the life considerably since the mouse doesn't have other power-saving features apart from the auto sleep mode, which triggers after a few minutes of an activity. The RGB will continue to light up even as you move the mouse, which is pretty nice, but it really takes a toll on battery life. I recommend to just go on eco mode to maximize the battery. Another good thing to point out is that this mouse has a battery indicator on its side, which helps in quickly checking if the mouse still has enough juice. Despite having an unusual shape, the mouse is very comfortable for my relaxed palm or fingertip grip. I'm not totally bothered with the 90-gram weight, and I did not feel any strain nor felt that I'm being held back by it. I also like the sticky nature of the coating. Really helps a lot in properly gripping the mouse. The skates could use an improvement, but they're fine for me. They offer a consistent glide, but just not as smooth as PTFE skates. Software is pretty straightforward and allows you to fine-tune the DPI, sensor parameters, macros, keybinds, and of course, RGB lighting, which I really like. It's not over the top and the lights are well diffused. For a price point of 1,899 pesos, I think the Machenike M830 is a decent pick if you're after a great performing wireless gaming mouse with a very long battery life. However, be mindful about your hand size since this is a mouse that's biased to certain hand sizes and grip styles only. The shape is not something I would call safe, but so long as your hands are big enough and you use palm or fingertip grip, I think you'll do just fine with it. Everything about this mouse is built with great attention to detail and quality, I'll give it that. Machenike just fell short with the skates, which I hope they would improve on its next iteration. That's it for this video. Huge thanks to Machenike for sending this in for review. Like, dislike, comment down if you have questions or anything to say. Get subscribed so you don't miss out on my next uploads, and as always, thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.